both near and far, and to deliver payloads farther and at a lower cost than any other vehicle. We'll be able to launch more massive payloads than anything else flying or in development today, capable of sending things like giant space telescopes or the next generations of space stations into orbit on a single launch. So while today's flight is just a test, the future is much closer than we realize. But one flight test at a time. So let's head back to Dan and Kate for a closer look at Starship.
Thanks, Jesse. Starship features two major parts: the ship, which has 6 Raptor engines, and the Super Heavy booster, which has 33 Raptor engines. The Raptor engine is a reusable methane-oxygen staged combustion engine that powers the Starship system and has twice the thrust of the Falcon 9 Merlin engine. Now, just like we saw flights 1 through 6, the current iteration of Starship is an experimental vehicle flying for development. As we mentioned earlier, today's flight is debuting a ton of upgrades that we've had in the works in order to increase Starship's reliability and performance. Several of these upgrades will also unlock our ability to fly longer missions, something that we'll want to do as we start doing orbital flights around Earth.
And then to get an even better sense of just how big Starship is, we can start here. Let's take a person about 2 meters tall. Towering over that, you got your Millennium Falcon clocking in at 35. Just above that, we've got a Falcon 9 rocket, payload fairing attached. Double that height, you're up at 70 meters. And then topping it all off, nearly twice the size, it's a fully stacked Starship up to 123, got 2 meters taller. Altogether, the ship 52 meters, Super Heavy boosters 71, and what's super fun is we're going to make ship and booster even taller in the future.
What's up, Hongers? You ready for some
Which
cool
is crazy
ass
because
shit?
turning around and looking at it and thinking that it's going to be bigger.
Hong, Grammy, bitch, Citizen Z,
Now,
Stum.
moving up the rocket,
Walt
the ship
Disney.
features 6 Raptor engines. 3 optimized for sea level performance,
Yes.
and
R.I.P.
3
David
optimized
Lynch.
for
That
vacuum
kinda came as a
performance.
surprise.
Raptor Vacuum, or RVAC, is a similar
I didn't even
design to
know
the
he was
Raptor
sick.
engine, but features a larger exhaust section and a larger expansion nozzle to maximize the engine's efficiency in space. Our upgraded ship that we're debuting today carries about 300 more tons of propellant than the last flight's ship, bumping it up from 1,200 metric tons to about 1,500 metric tons. It's a lot. The ship is designed for vertical takeoff and landing on any hard surface. Now, the ship is also outfitted with newly redesigned forward flaps that are used to aerodynamically control the vehicle's attitude during atmospheric flight and enable a precision landing. The new flaps are lighter and positioned more leeward or away
Catch
from the
that
heat shield.
rocket in your
Now,
musky
to reach
bosom.
full reusability, the ship
you guys
has to be
watch
able to
the,
survive
Blue
re-entry
Origins
not just one time,
launched
but
last night,
multiple
late last
times.
night?
The ship's heat shield is essentially what does the job for that. We've been iterating on that every single flight, building towards that heat shield that requires no refurbishment between flights. Now, the heat shield is composed of thousands of hexagonal ceramic tiles. They're designed to insulate
flaps.
the vehicle during that atmospheric
hungry
entry
for
when
pancakes.
temperatures ramp up to as high as about 2,600 degrees Fahrenheit. A rapidly reusable heat shield has never been flown in history. So continuously improving this, flying new experiments, those are all key focuses of all of our flight tests right now.
And in between the first and second stages is our hot stage, which we saw in actions on flights 2 through 6. The hot staging maneuver is when the upper stage engines are ignited before the booster engines,
I missed
before
it
those
too,
booster
Grammy. I
engines are
went to bed
completely
early.
cut off. With hot staging, the rocket never stops accelerating during separation, so it's more efficient than traditional stage separation. One of the hallmarks of Starship flights are the
I'm also in
incredible
my
views
hot
that we
stage
get throughout
right now.
flight, of course, courtesy of Starlink. Every day, we're working to expand the Starlink network both on Earth and in space. Here's Jesse with more.
Fans of Starship may know that Starlink
it's
enables
a
us to bring
big-ass
you
rocket.
lots of unprecedented
sure,
views,
Granny.
both from space and here on Earth. In addition to the dozens
Hong,
of cameras on
Kimba.
Starship itself, we also have mobile Starlink camera kits deployed in the Indian Ocean, connected to our aerial assets and all around Starbase, which all come together to help tell
Yeah,
the
Fractal, I'm in my
incredible
hot stage
story
era.
of Starship, both on and off planet. Thanks to Starlink, Starship is capable of streaming more than 120 megabits of real-time, high-definition video and telemetry in every phase of flight, providing invaluable engineering data to help engineers rapidly iterate across all systems. And all of that streaming data will be put to good use with the more than 30 cameras on the vehicle for today's flight test. Starlink is the world's largest satellite constellation, operating in low Earth orbit to deliver high-speed, low-latency broadband internet, providing access to people around the world, many who have never had connectivity before. Starlink now serves more than 119 countries, territories, and other markets. And here at SpaceX, we've been developing Starlink's communication capabilities not just for humans on Earth, but for astronauts in space. Our recent Polaris Dawn mission, we deployed a high-speed internet connection in Dragon for the very first time. Here's a quick look at how that went.
Starlink is an amazing confluence of programs at SpaceX. So we have a whole corner of the company that owns and operates a multiple thousand satellite constellation to provide internet to people on Earth. So Dragon was modified for Polaris Dawn to have a laser and a Star Trekker inside of the trunk. And then it will obtain internet, both uplink and downlink, through that laser link. And it's connected to a Wi-Fi router, just like you would have in your house.
Yeah, we hung it in space.
Getting online with Starlink was super easy. It was just like getting online at home, and even easier, perhaps. It just connected automatically and then worked seamlessly. And then it was just
it's Wi-Fi
in space. The Starlink performance on orbit blew us away. It enabled us to talk directly with Mission Control team, and it also enabled us two-way video connection with our families back at home. So it just was an incredible resource. One of my favorite memories
Internet is so 2024.
All four of us in different parts of the spacecraft on phones with our earpieces talking to our families. Get to show them the perspective that we have of Earth. It was very cool to bring them into the mission that way.
Space
I was able
Hung.
to show my kids
Space
and my husband,
Hongs
what it
is
looked
my
like
band
to be
name.
floating in space.
Remember that band Space Hog? If only they'd had an end.
At one point, we hung up the call and he called back and I answered and he was like, I called space.
Starlink on Dragon is something that we want to include because we have this company within SpaceX that has space-based internet. So what not a better way to test space-based internet in space?
Sputnik, why aren't they showcasing their best and brightest H-1Bs? How do you
connecting
know she's not an
astronauts in
H-1B?
space to providing high-speed internet to more than 4.6 million active customers here on Earth.
It kind of looks
The
like
Starlink
African
team
hair.
is laser focused on expanding coverage, increasing speeds, and lowering latency so that we can connect as many as possible around the world and beyond. Last year, we activated Starlink in 27 new markets. And
I just want to contact the aliens.
Area home to
Can the aliens
2.8
get
billion
Starlink?
people, including those who live in some of the most remote places on Earth.
Right, yeah, I called space. What do you mean by that?
Internet, SpaceX opened a new 700,000 square foot factory in Bastrop, Texas, and introduced Starlink Mini as well as an upgraded version of the Starlink Standard Kit. The SpaceX team also achieved an unprecedented launch cadence, conducting 134 Falcon launches, with 89 dedicated to expanding the Starlink constellation. With each launch, Starlink adds more capacity to the constellation and continues to expand its coverage,
discount. She has an
connecting
antenna
even
on her
more
head to
people in
call space.
underserved and hardest to reach areas of the globe. Now, while our mission to connect the unconnected is far from complete,
Charles
you can
Sneed,
check
we're
out
gonna
some of the
contact
Starlink
Uranus.
team's highlights from 2024.
Well, that's good.
And
Let me
learn
know
more about how our customers are
when
furthering
you
Starlink's impact
successfully do
around
that.
the world at starlink.com/stories. And a little bit closer to home,
Buck
we do
Rogers,
have a
aren't
few
there still
updates
people
for those
stranded at the
impacted
space
by the
station?
fires
Yes,
here
yes,
in
there
Southern
are.
California.
And they're going insane.
So far, the Starlink
They were
team
supposed to be
has
up there for what, like
provided
4 or
about
5 days?
1,350
And it's been
free kits
6
to fire
months?
departments and other
Almost?
disaster response
me see what
organizations
the latest on that
from
is.
down in Orange County all the way up to Malibu. That is in addition to applying free Starlink service for thousands of customers impacted by the fires all across the Los Angeles area. And just as critically, since enabling our direct-to-cell satellites with T-Mobile, more than
They originally
120,000
planned to go for
text messages
8
have been
days.
sent, allowing those in impacted areas to reach loved ones,
but they've been there
text
since
911,
June.
or receive emergency alerts.
So 7 months.
I've never been prouder to be an employee at SpaceX for moments like
8
that where we can
days,
help
7
the
months.
people and community around us.
You know.
Make sure to
Whatever.
follow at Starlink on X for updates as we continue to work with local response teams, and check out starlink.com/LA wildfires for more information
They're
on
showing
these
why
efforts.
aren't they live streaming their descent into madness?
But
They should
back
be.
to today's
They
flight
should
test.
be.
One of our
Maybe once
objectives
Starlink is
to
up there, they'll be
return
able
the
to. I
booster
don't
to
know.
the launch site, where it will be caught by the tower, as we did on Flight Test 5. So let's head back to Dan and Kate for a catch primer.
Thanks, Jesse. We are now T-minus 8 minutes and 40
hope they brought
seconds
freeze-dried
until
Xanax.
liftoff. Flight controllers
need
on
something stronger
console
than
there
that.
in the building just behind Dan and I. You can actually see the rocket in the distance at the pad 6 miles away. Our excitement is growing. I already am not sure if I'm going to be able to remain coherent after witnessing this, so looking forward to
You'll
it.
be all right. You'll be all right. Just a quick status check. The ship fully loaded in its main tanks on locks and fuel. We're
But
gonna
they did
load
a
the header
spacewalk
tanks,
the other day?
and booster is going to be
That's
closing
actually
out real
kinda
soon
cool.
as well. Let's talk about that second catch attempt, though. So we're going to use the tower's 2
guess.
gigantic robotic arms.
I don't
called
know
the
if this is a
chopsticks.
recent
Same thing we
photo
use to stack
of them.
Starship onto Super Heavy for all the integration ahead of a flight, and that's what we use to catch by moving stuff like landing legs from the booster to the ground side. It's a lighter booster, means you can carry more into space.
Now, in a nominal operational scenario following liftoff and after the 2 stages separate in flight, Super Heavy will return to the launch site, reignite its engines to slow the
Stranded
vehicle
NASA
down,
astronauts
and
say they
the
want to go
tower's
home
arms will
eventually.
catch the rocket booster.
And just to get to this point, just like before,
won't
thousands
be
of
back
distinct
before
vehicle
March?
pad criteria have to be met prior to that return and catch. We need healthy systems on the
Hey, like,
booster,
can
healthy
we come
systems
home?
on the tower, and a manual command from our mission flight director for the day. If we don't send that command before the boost back burn ends, or if any of those automated checks kick us out, that's what happened on Flight 6, the Super Heavy booster will divert to an offshore trajectory, and it'll go out into a landing burn and a soft splashdown in the Gulf of Mexico.
Now, we have said it before, but it remains true today. We accept no compromises when it comes to ensuring the safety of the public and our team, and that return will only take place if the conditions are right.
And one of the unique aspects
So
of
discount
Starship
only
flights
space,
is the return to catch up
onlyspace.com.
that Super Heavy booster
Soon,
and the
very
audible
soon.
sonic boom that it comes with it in the
That'll be
area
the
around
website for
return location.
space
General
sex
impact to anyone
tourism.
in the area is just a brief thunder-like noise, but it definitely lets you know it's coming.
Oh, yeah.
Look, they have to
It's
say that
something
or
our
they stay
neighbors in
longer,
Cape Canaveral,
right?
Florida, and Vandenberg, California, have become
They
accustomed
haven't.
to.
They haven't said
over
the
years,
password
and
yet
now
in order
we're
to come
bringing
home.
the boom to Boca. So here's a peek of what to
They've got to
expect.
come up with the secret word. They have to solve a very hard contexto. Remember when this was inconceivable like a year ago?
As I mentioned earlier, we have Starship, Raptor, and Starlink employees here fully invested.
God, where's
in
the
this
Gulf
flight
of
test.
Mexico? I don't
And
know.
Of course,
Is
many
it near
other
the Gulf of
SpaceX
America?
employees also here across
Never
our
heard of the
site
Gulf of
supporting
Mexico.
their teams. Their teammates. Every flight test has been pretty unique, and we're all very excited for another round of firsts, but I'm pretty sure the crowd is looking forward to potentially watching those chopsticks catch another booster. So let's see how excited they are today.
Please clap. Oh. All right, do you see any H-1B visas? H-1Bs? Where are the H-1Bs at? There's one. There's two.
Just under 5 minutes to go. We are all very excited here. We're going to send it back to you at Starbase for the final minutes of the countdown. Kate and Dan.
Semester. Pretty sure they're all AIs.
All right,
Maybe.
thank you, Jesse. So if you just tuned in under 5 minutes ago, you picked the right time to do it. Just a quick status check. So we're almost fully loaded on the booster. We'll be fully loaded on the ship, fully loaded on the booster coming up soon. Our range team just reported
Clap
that
like
we're
a
looking
North
to go
Korean, you
in the range.
assholes.
That's super important.
Great
Our
news.
security guys,
Bay of Pigs, America
Kyle,
of Pigs.
The whole
Wait,
team out there in the elements, making sure everything's clear, doing a fantastic job. and we are coming up on 4 minutes and looking good for launch.
Yeah, certainly exciting. Now, we do have an opportunity to hold at T-minus 40 seconds if necessary. This is a chance for us to perform additional checks if necessary. If we, need to repressurize some tanks, or if there's a wayward vessel in the range last minute, opportunity to clear it out. But everything currently looking good. Now, once we pass T-minus 40 seconds, a number of events will occur in rapid succession. The ground spin and ignition systems come up to flight pressure. The ship will go to internal power.
Yeah, does this count as me
After
getting
that,
my booster?
The quick disconnect or QD arm lockout is removed in preparation for retraction, which will happen shortly
Matt, you're
after
about to start
T0.
painting stuff for SpaceX.
And yeah,
right
once we
now?
pass T-minus
Cool.
40 seconds,
Cool.
we do have the ability. We have the ability to recycle the count under certain conditions back to that T-minus 40 second mark and hold there to assess what happened and assess opportunity to proceed again to T0.
Yep, we've used that T-minus 40 hold a couple of times. Boats
Anonymous, right?
Items,
said we should be thankful for Elon taking time from his rank 1 Diablo 4 character.
We can hold there for several minutes.
And his rank 2 Path of Exile 2 hardcore characters to be able to solve these inconceivably hard rocket science problems.
The fuel and the locks, everything pretty
Do you guys
quickly,
think that's
so you've
really
got a
him
couple of minutes so you
playing,
can hang out
or is he
and
paying
figure
someone to
things
play
out.
for him? What
There
do you
are
think?
items that
What do you
if we pass them, we're scrubbed for the day. One of the main ones is that flame deflector at the bottom of the launch mount. Water begins flowing for that at the T-minus 10 second mark.
Prank him
We
and hit
scrub
the
at any
button
point
now.
after that. We'll
Oops!
be done for the day.
Launch!
And then teams will need to refill the deflector
My
as
finger
well as
slipped.
all of our prop that we use to load on board the vehicle. It's pretty much just under 11 million pounds of prop sitting on that thing right now. And we can actually recycle in about 24 hours
It's like
now.
Moonraker when the villain has the self.
Which is incredible given the sheer volume of propellant that is on board the vehicle there on your screen.
All right, coming up on the 2-minute mark. Again, a lot of ambitious things on the plate for Starship today.
T-minus 2 minutes.
New ship, new year, a lot of upgrades, doing a lot of ambitious things in space this time. Our first payload deploy, relighting a Raptor engine.
Yeah.
We're looking good.
So as we mentioned before, we have an opportunity to hold at T-minus 40 seconds, not tracking any issues at the moment that would be necessary right now. So fingers crossed we can pass through that checkpoint without stopping. But the folks on console are continuing to evaluate the launch commit criteria, making sure that the winds are within limits as well as any other weather restrictions. But man, compared to yesterday, this is a textbook gorgeous day.
Oh yeah, a little breezy today, but we got clear blue skies for a launch today. So at this point, all the prop has been loaded on the vehicle. We've closed everything out. We're doing our final thrust vector control, or steering for the engine checkouts. Once we hit the 30-second mark, we'll hear the flight director give the final go for launch. So we're under a minute. As we said, we're not expecting a hold at T-minus 40. But do not be shocked if that happens. It has happened in the past, and we can hang out there for a couple of minutes if we need to.
If memory serves me right,
We hold my breath for 4 seconds.
Pass through prop load gate.
All right, we passed right through that prop load gate.
Hot diggity dog.
All right. So
Hot diggity dog.
we're going
Here
to
we
let
go.
our flight director, Ty Huntington, take
Flight
it
directors,
away.
go for launch.
And 20 seconds.
Yeah, Chief, it almost seems like that's something that someone who's guilty would do. But I'm with you. Like, I don't really care that
T-minus
much.
10, 9,
Not something
8,
I'm going to spend my time
7,
on. Here we go!
5, 4, 3,
Wait.
2,
Wait,
1.
why are they still behind?
We have liftoff.
We have liftoff. Rocket go boom!
Vehicle's pitching down.
Look at that pink fire. Is that an LGBTQ fire?
Booster check pressure's nominal.
We have hung off. Not to be confused with a jag-off.
All right, we're
Very
more than
different.
30 seconds into flight. Telemetry showing 33 out of 33 engines as it's pitching down range.
Booster, ship, avionics, power, and telemetry nominal.
Hearing good call-outs on the ship and booster avionics. You just heard the rumble hitting us about 6 miles away. Watching Starship arc into just endless blue skies right now.
Vehicle supersonic.
More than a minute into flight, the vehicle's supersonic.
Yeah, we're approaching Hong speed. 1,500 kilometers an hour. And counting.
So we just passed through max Q. That's the greatest stress the vehicle's going to experience on the way uphill. Reminder that all of our teams down here on the ground
I
are
see
now
the tear.
looking at systems on the tower.
It's
they
torn.
just did a manual check.
It's gonna blow.
That's going to inform that manual flight director's decision. Next moment coming up, though, is going to be hot staging. Don't take your eyes off it. It's one heck of a light show.
What a gorgeous ascent.
6 ship engines getting ready to ignite. That's going to happen while we're still attached.
We can still see the ship's engines from the ground.
Got a little under 30 seconds away from that. We are hearing good call outs on the tower preparedness from the manual checks. Reminder though, we've still got automated checkouts on the booster and the ship itself. But as of right now, our manual checks and our manual commanding is looking go for a catch.
Booster engine cutoff.
That is incredible news. We just heard the call out for booster engine cutoff.
Engine startup.
Most engines cut off, down to those
Stage
middle
separation.
3.
Cruise prep burn startup.
All right, hot stage
Raptor chamber
confirmed.
pressure
We've
is
got a
nominal.
booster hopefully on our way back to us, and a ship now making its
Don't
ascent
forget your
burn
boosters.
into space. How's it going in Hawthorne, Jesse?
It's great over here. You can hear the crowd screaming for every milestone. The booster is now making its way back down to Earth. Looks like we have 12 of those 13 engines ignited.
Yes, dear Strowman, this
we're
is
using
a
the
condom
engines that
supply to
actually
the
gimbal, so
International
Booster
Space
return.
Station.
An excellent call out there. We are go for booster
Ship
return.
avionics, power, and telemetry nominal.
There's a lot of criteria that needed to line up to ensure that we could have a
Cruise prep
safe
burn shutdown.
booster catch, and it sounds like we got the go for that. And there you can see on your screen, we had we just jettisoned the hot stage, and there's a great,
Okay,
excellent
well this
view
rocket's
there
hot
of the
stage
hot
is over,
stage
but
floating
my
away
hot
from
stage
the super heavy
continues.
booster. Now we've shut down the engines for that boost back burn. That confirms boost back burn is now complete. That was the first of 2 burns
There's a
required
clap for your
for
jobs,
the vehicle
yes.
to make its way back down to Earth. And next coming up will be the landing burn. That's going to be 13 of those center engines igniting
It
again.
made it through the ozone hole.
And
Yeah,
that
they
will
have to aim for that
then
hole
go
in the
down
ozone,
to,
otherwise
from
it won't go
13
through.
down to 3 engines
These
just
are
right
space
before
facts with
we
Austin
touch
zone.
down for that booster catch. Now, reminder, our stage 1 objectives are to have a controlled ascent, stage separation, as well as a controlled boost back burn and hot stage as well. So we're looking good for that so far. Some great views there from the ship of Earth. That looks incredible.
From the ship of Earth. That is a cool picture.
Now, Starship's ship is still firing its engines right now.
Starship trajectory nominal.
And
Gerudo,
great
yeah.
call outs.
Just don't hit the glass
Starship's
dome on the flat
trajectory
Earth.
is nominal. You can
They
follow along
there's a
the
little opening in the
telemetry,
glass
the
dome
altitude,
that they can go
In
through.
the bottom left-hand corner for the super heavy
it takes some
booster, as
time
well
to
as
set
the
it
bottom
up.
right-hand
That's what
corner for
takes
the
so
ship.
long.
And these views are just amazing. Again, the booster is currently making its way back to the tower today. So we're looking forward to a booster catch with the chopsticks. And in the meantime, you can see those grid fins there, helping to
Yeah, let's play
control the
GeoGuessr with
vehicle
this.
and guide it back to its landing site.
Booster FTS is saved.
It's a cloud.
Now with that, we're going to hand it back. How's it going over there, Dan and Kate? How are you doing, Kate? Seeing that in person?
Yeah, Peru.
Dan had to take that
It's
entire
always
segment
Peru.
because I couldn't talk. That was incredible.
Have we ever actually
We can
gotten
see the
Peru
booster
in
coming back
GeoGuessr?
in now through
And I mean, gotten
the
it
plume.
right?
At least it looks that way to us.
I think that one time
It's
we were
incredible
guessing
that it
Peru every
basically
time.
returns.
We
It looks
didn't
like
guess
a
Peru when it
speeding,
was Peru.
Just like
Ship
this
raptor chamber pressure is
silver
nominal.
flare
right.
coming
Is
back
it
to
good?
the. Once again, we are standing by for attempting to catch
Is it gonna
the
catch?
booster
Are
at
they
the
gonna catch
tower. This would be the second tower catch.
Booster landing
Landing
start.
burn. Seeing 13 engines.
Booster now hovering as it aligns with the tower for catch.
Looking good. Looking
Booster
good.
coming in.
Wow.
Ready for that boom, Kate.
Down to 3 engines.
Wow. Like clockwork. Easy. It's easy. It's just a little math.
The booster.
Just a little math is all. Wow. Making it look easy.
You heard it here.
Redeem
Exo
booster.
has caught the booster.
Once again, for the second time, a successful catch by the launch tower. This is the same tower, the launch pad, where that booster took off from just 7.5 minutes ago.
Wow.
Great view from the
Bullseye.
chopstick arms, looking at those hypersonic grid fins that steer the booster for that precision landing. It almost looks like it's flapping its
Yeah,
wings.
you can see just how small that catch fitting is too on something that's just so massive.
That was absolutely insane.
Launch Tower just signed a contract with the New
Meanwhile-
York Jets. They wish.
We're not done, but
We're
wait,
not
there's
done
more.
yet.
But wait, there's more.
Wow, that is just absolutely stunning.
You could get 2 catches for the price of 1.
And this, of course, a gorgeous view there from the tower looking down at the top of the
We just
booster.
catch little shit from space. Yeah, can we just like catch an asteroid next time?
All right, and we are
There's
tracking.
showman. Does it make smoothies though? I don't know.
Now we're standing by for views from the ship, but
can I
you
grill
keep
a
their
hamburger
eyes
on
off
that,
of that
or
incredible
what?
sight.
Kind of hungry.
That is once again the second catch of a booster back
Hypersonic
at the launch
grid fins? You
tower.
kiss your mother with that
It was
mouth?
incredible to see it come back down.
rude.
Just this silver flare in the sky, and we can still see the launch plume behind us. And wow, that we definitely. I
Bezos
can't
blown
speak for
the
you, Dan,
fuck out.
but
Yeah.
that was very moving for me.
Yeah, and right now you can see some of the telemetry on those ship
Was
engines.
was
has
this as
gone out.
moving
I'm
for
waiting
all of you
an
as it was
update
for
on
her?
What our ship status
Do you
is.
feel
we were
moved?
approaching that ship
Is
engine
Libertarian in the
cutoff
chat?
time. So just
something on
just
him is
waiting to
moving.
hear. So obviously we've got booster back, booster on the launch tower in the chopstick arms, but we are waiting to get an update now on the ship. As we were
update on this
expecting
shit.
ship engine cutoff about 40 seconds ago. We saw some of those engines start to go out prior to that point. And so right now we are just standing by to try and get the latest word on where we
I wonder
are
if
with ship.
anyone
So
in
stick
Africa
with
is
us for
working
just
on
a couple of
something similar.
minutes as we wait to hear some updates.
Now, if you just recently joined us, you might want to hit rewind and go back
LJ Fox,
about
impressed,
9,
not
10
moved.
minutes ago to when
Ray,
Starship
and
lifted
a bowel
off
movement.
from the launch tower
Sure,
that you
it
see
count-
there.
it counts. I
We
count it.
had a gorgeous ascent followed by a stage separation where the ship separated from the super heavy booster. The booster performed a flip maneuver and returned back to the Gulf Coast.
I could
Here,
do
there
a
you
flip
can see it
maneuver
on
just
your
like that.
screen.
I just don't want to.
Obviously, a successful catch back at the launch tower, which is something that we were all hoping to see and really couldn't ask for a more beautiful background with those blue skies and blue water there. As Dan said, we are standing by for an update on the ship that had ignited its engines and started making its way up to space. So standing by for more info on that. But wow, what an experience to see that take off and for that booster to come back. You can see it there up close on your screen to the place that it launched from. Once again, there were thousands of catch commit criteria, which is basically just all the things that we have to assess and evaluate and basically make sure that they are make sure that everything is clear and acceptable conditions, both on the vehicle side as well as the tower side, in order to enable that catch. So obviously from the last two flights that we have done, where the Flight 6 we attempted but had to divert into the ocean, and then on Flight 5 we did have the first ever successful catch of the booster. We used the learnings of those two flights to hone in that catch commit criteria, and we saw success today, which is pretty awesome.
And just a quick status check. So we currently do not have comms with the ship. So trying to figure out exactly when that happened and exactly what happened. So obviously the flight controllers right now going through their data, looking to make sure it's not anything instrumentation on the ship, but actually try and get us a status. So again, we're gonna keep listening in on this. We'll give you an update as soon as we have a little bit more. So for now, stage 1 back in the tower, waiting to find out a little bit more about stage 2.
Top speed was 21,317 kilometers an hour, it looks like. Stage 2, please call. Stage 2, are you there? Off topic, but did you guys see this Caitlin Clark's alleged stalker in court the other day? While we're waiting on that.
Morning, Mr. Lewis.
Guilty.
No, sir. This is initial hearing.
Oh.
We are not. You have a right to remain silent, and I expect you to exercise that. Okay, this is just telling you what the charges are. You do not listen. I'll give you a chance to talk. It's not your time.
Throw me the bookie.
Stop.
Throw me the bookie.
You have a right to know what your charges are. You are charged with stalking as a level 5 felony.
Guilty as charged as he's sitting down. I think he did it, guys.
Of the ship, this was its debut flight, so a lot of learnings here for sure.
Stroman, Dad?
As we
Is that
continue
you?
to tune in and listen in with the teams and try to gather more information to understand where we stand with the ship. But as Dan mentioned before, teams are trying to make sure that it's not an instrumentation error. We want to find out if it's, did we just lose communication or
She could
or did
easily
something
beat
else
his
happen
ass,
with
right?
the ship. So teams are actively
Yeah, throw
working,
me the
trying
bookie.
to figure out
I like that for some
what
reason.
we can
Makes me miss Brooks,
find
yeah.
out, and
Yeah, maybe this
we're
guy will
continuing
defend
to
himself.
listen in and find out more information to share as we can. But as we said before, and you can see it there on your screen, what a beautiful, beautiful sight to see another booster back
me a
at
joke.
the launch
Throw me the
tower.
bookie.
That
we're
was
getting lots of good
successfully
phrases
caught
in
just minutes ago
2025.
after sending the ship off into space, and having seen it for the first time with my own eyeballs in person, it was pretty awesome. And
I saw it with my own
the
eyeballs
thunder-like
right
sonic
here.
boom was really fun to experience.
Yeah.
Acting like she's the
so
only one with
we are
eyeballs.
getting a little bit more. So we did lose all communications with the ship. So, I mean, that is essentially telling us that we had an anomaly with that upper stage. So we were just coming up to the end of that ascent burn for the ship when we stopped when we started to lose a couple of the engines. We saw those dropping out, and then we did lose telemetry from the ship, so that means we didn't have contact with it. So at this point, we are assuming that the ship has been lost. So this was a brand new vehicle, essentially. This was
lost your brand new
upgrade
vehicle
version. So with that, there's a lot of things you're upgrading, but there's a lot of things you're going to learn as all of those systems are now interacting with each other for the first time. But at this point, we did lose the upper stage of the ship. So again, we're gonna listen in and try and figure out a little bit more about what happened, and obviously we'll do kind of a full breakdown once we get smarter ourselves in the coming hours and days as well.
For sure. Now, for those that have recently tuned in, we're now a little over T plus 16 and a half minutes after liftoff. We do believe that we have lost the ship during its ascent phase. It's successfully separated from the Super Heavy booster, but during that ascent phase, a couple of the engines dropped out, and then shortly thereafter, we lost communication with the vehicle. So we are assuming that we have lost the ship, but we are standing by to confirm that, and once we can, we will. But this was a new version of the ship, of Starship, and it was intentionally designed and flown in order to basically test the envelope, as we have done with every one of these test flights, the keyword there being test, and really trying to understand the boundaries and the maximums for the ability of this vehicle to fly and understand where those boundaries are. So we always knew that excitement is guaranteed today, success not guaranteed. And so yeah, we are standing by to see if we can learn more about the status of the ship.
Later, Sloopadoodle. Lands on an oil rig. Yeah. Semester. Guys, I just saw something land in my backyard. A rocket just flew over my house, guys. Crashes in California, starts a new fire. Starship, yeah, it's in another dimension. It went through the Stargate. For anyone who missed it, here's the catch.
Booster now hovering as it aligns with the tower for catch.
Booster coming in. Get ready for that boom, Kate.
Down to 3 engines.
Booster ready for shutdown. Megazilla has caught the booster.
Joe Discount. Booster catching guys, 1. Not losing the rocket guys, 0. You were supposed to keep up with the rocket. No, that was your job. Oh, I was supposed to cover the rocket? Shit. Forgot. New Jersey school teacher arrested for allegedly having a child with a 13-year-old student.
Oh, Miss Karen, there's nothing to see here. There's no one that wants to speak with you.
This unidentified man pulled up to the home while we were there. A short time later, another woman appeared from the home after we'd already left.
Do you want to talk to us?
No, I want you to leave.
You came outside. Please, I'm willing to talk to you.
Authorities say the abuse began when the victim was 11 years old.
Her son
According
from
to the
the
criminal
future.
complaint, a few years later, Karen gave birth to the victim's baby. Karen taught at Middle Township
Here's
Elementary
a
number
snowman.
2, and the victim was once her student. Prosecutors say Karen and the victim's family became friends, leading to the victim and his siblings staying overnight with Karen once or twice a week, but at some point they began living with Karen permanently. Investigators say the case came to light last month when the victim's father posted on social media saying Karen's 5-year-old child looked very similar to him and his son.
What a way to
Neighbors
find
say the
out.
arrest Wednesday appeared
Hey,
in the
that looks
street.
just like...
This woman said she saw multiple black SUVs but didn't realize they were police.
Kevin O'Leary wants to know how Joe Biden got rich.
I think so. No. Remember she said, we have Trump coming and all the bad things about concentration of wealth. Americans appreciate the ability to pursue the American dream every day, and we do not push down on success, ever. So, yes, Musk is rich. So what? Zuck.
I don't think
rich.
The issue is how
and
rich they
everybody else comes to this country almost drowning in rivers or getting cut under barbed wires to get in here to pursue their dream. Why do we ever think that we should bash their success?
Actually,
What do you
actually, I want you to get it, but let me just say this. It is not about how rich they are.
Exactly.
Just to observe what he's
They're
talking
not
about
rich
here.
enough, is that what you're saying?
No. I'm saying that actually what got them there, Mark Zuckerberg, Sam Altman, Jeff Bezos, they all got to where they are because they came up with good ideas. They built big, good businesses.
Let's punish them.
And no. And they did so largely without having to do what they are doing now. The fact that they have to do it now, I think, actually is a change for them. They were not going to Washington themselves groveling toward the political leaders to try to keep their businesses afloat.
Letting people get rich. It's about not letting rich people control the political process and not having
I thought it wasn't about them being
captured by
rich.
those rich people such
It's
that they
fair,
can't institute
but I just want you to know the country-
and common sense laws to make sure that the people at the top don't abuse the people at the bottom. And our system in Washington is broken.
That's fair. It's all fair, but half the country's still wondering how Joe Biden got rich.
Yeah, okay, so here...
How did he get rich?
But if Joe Biden got rich...
How did he get rich? Does anybody understand how that
I actually think that, Kevin, your question about Joe Biden's legacy and how he will be seen is actually extremely important.
Oh, Joe Biden wrote a book. That's why he's rich. Sure. Love how they just all start screeching at the same time. Well, that's different. Joe Biden, he wrote a book and he's... No one mentioned the massive bribes. 10% for the big guy? 10% for the big guy? Anyone remember that? No? I do. Pulitzer Prize winning Washington Post cartoonist and Trump hater Darren Bell arrested for AI child porn. Every fucking time. Bell was allegedly in possession of AI-generated graphic child porn. He is the first person in California to be charged under the new AI law. The creep was well known for hating how Republicans would label pedos as groomers. Everyone who's mad about the groomer thing, guess what? Every single time. In a search of Bell's home, investigators found 134 videos of child pornography linked to an account owned and controlled by Bell, as well as computer-generated artificial intelligence child pornography. So it's both. It's real and artificial. Not that it should matter, but it's both. It's not just AI, it's actual and AI. Just to clarify. In a recent interview, Bell blasted Trump supporters as racists. I assume arresting him for this is racist as well.
So they probably feel like they're on their own. They're surrounded by a sea of white boys in particular, because they're like probably the loudest ones, but white girls too.
We'll play that next.
Who were raised in the age of Trump. And they don't really feel ashamed to be racist anymore. And, you know, when I was growing up, I thought that this was moving in just one trajectory. People were gonna be more and more ashamed of being racist until they would hide it so much that they wouldn't pass it down to their children, and then racism would be gone. Mm-hmm. That's not what happened at all.
Right.
You know, it wasn't just Trump. I mean, white supremacists all over the country lost their damn minds when Obama was elected. Mm-hmm. And they started coming out of the woodwork then. And they found their champion in Donald Trump. He didn't create it. He just harnessed it. And it was like he used it as fuel in a blowtorch and set fire to America with it. Mm-hmm. And that fire's spreading all over the place.
Totally. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They're passing laws and regulations against people, you know, against diversity, against books like mine being in school libraries. You know, they've come right out and said that you know, keeping white kids from feeling guilty is more important than us being able to tell our truths. Mm-hmm. It's more important than our experiences.
Oh, definitely. 100, bro.
And instead of rectifying decades and centuries of anti-black discrimination, it's easier to just brush it under the rug and not only not talk about it, but to make it seem like it's a taboo
this shit in
to
prison.
talk about it. Mm.
Especially after the prisoners find out why he's here. All right, what do you got for me? What do you got for me, Doomed America? Rectorama?
I know I don't wipe my ass and it stinks when I walk past you in public, but
anyways, here's how to tell if your sign is cheap. If the vinyl has less than one...
Dude, I watched like 100 of this guy's videos last week. He's fucking hilarious. I haven't seen this one.
Red flag that I seen a guy is having a mom, and even worse, having a sister.
What? Anyways, watch me put it down like this. It gets sucked immediately. Changing the poster takes us. Hello. Goodbye. Anyways, if you want to start a business on a budget, make sure you go to the Source Factory.
Name 5 women that feel safe being in a room alone with you.
I don't know 5 women. Anyways, if you don't know how to take your business to the next level, come.
I'm proud to be black.
And I'm proud to be Donald Trump. You know, I've been to China. Tremendous place, really. And let me tell you, folks, there is a way to spot a bad...
So I got served today at the pharmacy, and...
Sir, here's how to tell if your LED sign is cheap, sir. If the light burns out quickly, it might be using... I wish that I was good enough.
Oh, I saw this one.
What's up, homie? I'm Tony. Well, you may like this acrylic...
If this is you, you better lower your tone when you talking to me.
If you don't know how to make the store sign, take it from me. Like this cool.
I am my boyfriend's first black girlfriend.
If you're black, then I'm the real Donald Trump himself. China, China. I know China very well.
Yeah, he's a funny dude. A+ advertising. Ah, they ended the SpaceX stream. Did they find the rocket, or did they give up looking? The top was exploded? Did they say that on here? Where are you seeing that? Where are you seeing that, Charles Sneed? The moon people got it? Well, good. I'm glad someone's got it. Starship has exploded upon ascent. My guess is that the engines cut off out of nowhere, causing 3 to stay on, tilting the rocket off trajectory. Click what, Charles? Can you tag me on X or something? I'll find it on X. Is SpaceX talking about it? No, you can't put links in the chat. Only I can and mods can. But can you tag me on X? I'm just looking for it. Rocket explodes. It's got to come up, right? Yeah, fax it to me. For around half a second before the Spirit Lifter explodes at the end of the return. What? Oh, that's a different thing. Maybe hot staging is a bad idea. Link incoming, Pony Express. All right, hold tight, everyone. He sent it through Western Union. Oh, wait. Here's something. Okay. Debris seen over Caribbean after SpaceX Starship falls apart during test flight. Okay. This has got to be what you're trying to tag me in.
Are those shooting stars?
What is it?
What are those?
Look up, everybody! Look up! Look up!
Look up! Don't look up!
Stars?
Are those shooting stars?
What are those?
Look up, everybody! Look up!
Did the aliens blow it up? Let's see. Is this a different one? Yeah, this looks like a different.
Either that or it's the end of the world. I didn't know that's a real. That's like slow motion. I didn't know they could do fireworks like that. Yeah, it's kind of like North Korea. Where's Steve?
Rocket crashed into Mar-a-Lago. Very expensive firework, yeah. Little expensive. This is pretty cool.
I didn't know that's a real.
Pretty cool, honestly. Check my inbox. All right, I can do that. What you got for me, Mitch? Is yet another angle? Looks like it. Looks like it. Angle 3. Angle 3. Why does this one look like it's going up? Camera angles are a weird thing, eh? You missed the rocket exploding, Lynn. SpaceX rocket explodes. Don't worry, guys. This was just a test. They learned something. They learned something. They learned that when it explodes, it looks really fucking cool. It did catch the booster, though. Right, Chief? NASA would have killed 4 people with this. No, nobody died. Nobody did. Fake funeral scammers.
Guys, Mark with Helpful Rebels TV. So we just got word that there's a fake funeral scam going on right up in this direction there. Let's go over there and talk to the guy and see if he's legit or not. Look at him turning away. As you can see, as the cop was approaching, you could see the scammer kind of turning away from him. This guy with the green sign over there. The scumbag.
Fractals, yeah, people who are on the wait list for Starlink, you have to wait a little longer. Doomed America. The Earth will now have rings like Saturn, yes. It's all because of that little piece that was coming off on the side there.
Yeah, he does.
Fractal Ninja, I have no idea what a fake funeral scam is, but we're about to find out, aren't we? Jarvis, I don't think he does know he can edit this this 3-mile walk part out. Then his video wouldn't be long enough to get ad revenue.
So guys, these
gotta be at least 8 minutes long.
Something that's foul, something that should not be tolerated, and in my opinion, it's something I think should be illegal.
This is a walking scam. Yeah, this whole video is a scam. They're scamming us into watching him walk.
And arrested. So we can get closer. Yeah. Let's slow down and wait for this ambulance to pass.
Why is it? What's with the dramatic music of him walking? Fractal Ninja, someone didn't tie down one part and say that's not going anywhere. Yeah, you gotta give it the good old slap. That ain't going nowhere. Someone forgot to say it.
Did somebody pass away? Who died? You out scamming people?
Yes.
You are?
Yes.
Where are you from?
Oh, I like the honesty.
Look, pal, we're tired of you guys coming here and doing this stuff. Get the heck off of our roads. Go back home. We don't want you here. What's up? What are you gonna? Who's this?
What?
Who's that girl?
His family, sir.
She's your family?
Yes.
Where's the funeral gonna be at?
It's Europe.
In Europe. Why are you asking for
Europe?
Help.
Help for what?
Help.
Don't lie to me, man. What are you doing?
I live. Calm down.
Who's this girl on the poster?
I live.
You live what?
I live.
Why are you gonna leave? If it's not a scam. Go ahead. Call the cops. Get them over here. I'd be glad to talk to them. Go ahead, call them.
Calm down, sir.
Strowman, the girl holds a sign with his picture on it during her shift.
I don't speak English.
Probably.
You speak English. I can tell you speak English.
I don't speak English, sir.
How long have you been in the U.S.?
I just understand everything you're saying to me.
What's up, bud? You want to try to pull something? What's up? You're getting money from our people out
He
here.
leaves.
For some funeral
He's
that never
Canadian?
happened. This
Doesn't
girl
look
never
Canadian.
died. What are you doing? We're tired of this shit. How long have you been out here today?
What?
How long have you been out here
I
for
don't
today?
speak English.
Don't mess with me, bud.
I leave, sir. Calm down. I leave.
No. We're not done yet.
Hey, what happened?
You tell me what happened.
What happened you with me? What is your problem?
This is what happened
What
right
is your
here.
problem?
Let's see your sign.
your problem?
Show your sign to the camera.
What's your problem?
Show your sign to the camera.
No.
You're my problem.
Listen, fat.
This one is it's not private. This one is private.
This is public. That's why we're able to stand here, just like you, bud.
H1B bums. Matthew, sadly, this is what a Canadian looks like these days.
How much money do you need for the funeral?
1,000.
$1,000? How did she die?
Give me 1,000 and I'll leave.
Cancer.
Ganja?
What's that?
Cancer.
Oh,
She has
cancer.
Yes. And she's what, your sister?
Huh?
She's your sister?
No, it's not my sister. It's family.
What, yes, your cousin?
Right,
or what?
Fractal, this guy must be new.
Who are you out here with?
Indian dude would have doubled
Who's
down,
that
called you an
person
asshole
over
for
there?
crushing it, and had the funeral location ready for request, right?
It is my
They'd
problem.
have
This
like
is
a
my
fake
country.
body and everything.
Is this your country?
What is your country?
This United States territory is my country.
The
So it is
YouTuber
my
in the
problem.
striped
You're out
pajamas.
here scamming people. We're tired of this shit.
He's angry. He's mad.
This is just the
Mad
beginning,
about
bud.
I live. Calm down.
Where are you gonna go?
I'm going.
Go scam somewhere else?
Freak, this dude's
Yeah.
worried about getting rolled in his milk
You
jug.
think you're real slick, huh?
The milk jug that sounded like it had like 30
I'll tell you
cents
what,
in
You
it.
got a problem with me? You ever hear street beefs? Let's do this legally. You got a problem?
That
with what
woman
I'm
has a
doing.
picture of
I got a
him on
problem
her
with what you're
poster.
doing. Let's meet up and settle this man to man.
Ooh, is this gonna turn into a fight? Bum fights?
Well, there you
Is
have
bum
it, guys.
fights coming
Another
back?
Scammer here, taking advantage of our
Oh, no.
citizens, pretending like there's a funeral. Ma'am, where are you? Go ahead, call him. Call him.
Come the police.
Call him.
Get up.
We got another scammer right here, guys.
Yeah.
Where are you going? Where are you going? Why don't you stay out here still?
Oh. Mama Bear scammers here.
We're not done with the interview. You want to interview? Would you like to answer some questions?
Fractal strikes
What
for
happened with you
solids?
guys? Why are you out here holding this sign?
It's family.
She's certainly solid.
Family?
It's my family.
Where did she die?
It's the problem.
I don't know why she's out here begging. She's not missing any meals.
Yeah, it's fake.
Okay. So you
She's got a huge
acknowledge that you're just
Starbucks cup.
scammers.
Probably cost
You're
more
a
to get
scammer.
that than they got
Please.
today.
You're from Romania?
Get up, please.
Are you a gypsy?
Get up. Yeah, you gypsies problem.
Yes.
Too racist. Too racist.
That's all you can say, huh?
What's happened to racist?
If it was a white guy holding
Get
it, I
up.
would do the same
Get
thing.
up.
Oh, she's calling him
I am standing
racist.
up.
Oh, he's racist. They, Strowman, they
Well, there you
ate
have
the
it,
little
guys. As soon
girl.
as you confront them on it, they just want to call me racist. When in reality, it could have been a white guy,
Racist.
a Mexican, a black guy holding a funeral sign, and if it's fake, we're going to interview him. It just so happens that it's, you know, these people.
And they both threatened to call the cops, and then when we told them to do it, they just didn't.
Call the cops.
These guys right here are scammers.
Keep an eye out for these guys.
They don't care. They're like, yeah, those are my cousins. We're on scam shift tomorrow. Today's our day off.
Call the police.
Yeah.
Go ahead. And let's, would you like to answer some questions?
For me. I do nothing problem. It's too racist.
Ah, what a nice minivan you got.
Racist.
That is a nice minivan.
Racist.
Talk all you want. Talk all you want.
The chant is just grasses,
Go home. We don't want you in
grasses.
our country anymore. You don't have to go home, but you're not welcome here anymore.
Thank you.
Get out of here. You got their license plate?
Yep.
Go home.
Ooh.
We're
Slam-
tired of these scams,
Slam that door
guys.
one more time.
Racist.
You can say I'm racist all you want, but we all know the truth. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes.
Why is that car missing
Who's
a
leaving?
handle
Why are
on
you
that side?
leaving? If
Is that
it's
so
not
the
a
kids
scam,
can't
come
get
on,
out?
guys.
When they kidnap them?
Come over here.
It's
Where are you
stolen.
going? Ah, okay, you're gonna spit.
The music is hilarious on this. It's so funny to me.
Well, there you have
It's
it,
like
guys.
whimsical.
Now they're at least they're not out here on this intersection scamming the citizens of Oceanside anymore. What a joke! These individuals were so tired of this
He
guy.
just
If you
needs an
see
editor.
Funeral scams where you
Oh,
are,
he has one.
Video him. Go up, talk
It's not
to
a
him,
good
take video, and send in the footage. This way we can expose it to the rest of the world. Now, since we got that on video, millions of people are going to see this in the long run, and it's going to make it that much
Whimsical
harder for them to
scam.
still gain money from others out here, pretending that there's a
Oh,
scam.
how low
That's
key.
crazy, guys. And you know, it's something.
Jarvis
that
said
we should
that's
follow.
why they
should
set
be
all the
arrested.
fires.
As you saw, both of them.
This
threatened
guy's
all
the
the
reason
police
that they
to
set
get
the
involved.
fires.
I wish they would.
They got
have.
ran out of their scam spot.
If we can get some law enforcement intervention out here,
Racist. Racist.
It'll make it even harder for them to continue these BS scams.
America is safe once again, thanks
If
to
you like the work we do,
Auschwitz
and
Pajama
wanna
Guy.
support us, the best thing that you can do is share these videos. Share them with as many people as you can, because these scams aren't going on just here in
I'm
Oceanside.
doing your bidding. I'm
these
sharing.
scams are going on everywhere around our country, guys. And we got to put an end to this. I don't know about you guys, but we've had enough of this BS. We got to get him out of here. Trump, help us out, man. Let's figure something out.
Why is this video so funny?
So now we just gotta keep watching our back for any reoccurring situations, any reoccurring scammers. Because they've done that before, where we'll walk away from a scene after we've confronted and interviewed the scammers, rather, and they'll loop around and come back and throw stuff at us and, you know, give us a hard time. So we've always got to keep our eyes open for that. Excuse me. What a punk that kid is, though, man. It's like, okay, I'll leave. Well, why are you going to leave? If it's not a scam, why aren't you defending your opposition? They don't even know what to say. And just by default, they always go to, oh, I don't know English. I don't speak English. Homie's heart rate was through the roof, along with mine, too. A way you can tell is look at the person's throat and their neck area. I can just see his heart pounding, you know.
Also, how you can tell it's a dude.
Good work, amigo. Gracias, amigo. Bueno, ahora nos vemos para el otro lugar. I said, right now, let's go to the next spot they're at, right?
Is he gonna just follow them around?
Thanks
I
for
love
tuning
it.
in, guys. See you on the next one. See what happened back there?
No
¿Viste
inglés.
Lo que pasó recién? Eran los scammers que tienen una seña que dice que alguien se murió y la verdad es que no pasa nada y están ganando dinero preguntando, oh, necesitamos un funeral, dinero por un funeral, pero la verdad es que no hay un funeral y solamente son scammers. ¿Los viste? I was telling them that, you know, about the sign and that, you know, that these scams are asking for funeral money, but it's all a scam. And I'm asking him now if he's ever seen that. ¿Has viste esto?
Sí.
It's like, yeah, I do it all the time.
Hace un momento.
Oh, okay. ¿Qué piensas de esto? He said he has seen them.
No, pues, no sé qué opinar.
Yeah. He doesn't know what to think about it. Es algo muy feo.
Sí,
Sí,
desagradable.
muy feo. Bueno.
Con permiso.
Andar con cuidado, señor.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Buen día.
Buenos días.
Default text. Yeah, this guy needs an editor.
Well, yet again, another individual that's seen him, but they don't know
Default
what
text?
to make of it, you know,
What is
because
that?
they don't know whether or not to believe the person who's this guy. How's it going, mate?
Hey, someone's in the car. Who is it? What do you want?
Like a scammer for a sec, but he's not. He's cool.
This guy just sees scammers everywhere. Stroll swindler. He's wondering if it's a good side hustle. Right? Yeah, he just taught that guy a new scam. He's just going around spreading the scam at this point. You don't got anything else good? That was good. Thank you, Citizen Z. Anyone else seen anything good lately? That's old wildfire footage. Small volcano in Hawaii. Hawaii? Doomed. Are the scammers in the room with us now? Yes, yes they are. Yes, Johnny Scammer Seed. He's spreading the scams. Yellowstone is moving. What? J-Glock, any new military equipment demos? I don't know. Military equipment for sale. Military technologies that will change the world. U.S. Army new artillery system is coming. Low-Q, yeah, I've seen the guy with the PlayStation 5 box carrying it through the hood.
The U.S.
I wonder if those
Army
are real or
in
not.
October
Like,
this year,
that would be really
that
insane.
5 contracts were awarded for the Army's upcoming
like,
self-propelled
not set up.
howitzer performance demonstration. The contracts were awarded to American Rheinmetall Vehicles, BAE Bofors, Hanwha Defense USA, General Dynamics Land Systems, and Elbit Systems USA. The contracts were awarded under other transaction agreements, or OTA, and the total award value for all contracts is approximately $4 million. The Self-Propelled Howitzer Modernization, or SPHM effort, formerly known as Extended Range Cannon Artillery, or ERCA, improves self-propelled howitzer lethality through increased range and increased rate of fire. It uses mature technology to improve mobility, survivability, reliability, supportability, and lethality.
Yeah, and here's another angle of the Starship upper stage explosion. Yeah, this is considered a failure for sure. You know, they caught the booster with ease, which they've already done, so they basically have perfected that. You know, I'm sure they'll go back to the drawing board and learn from this and hopefully perfect it a little more. Matthew, I would say mission half failed. Yeah, it's certainly not a total success. So unexpected failure for sure, and not great. Who forgot to tell Space Force Elon was doing a launch today? Yeah, and that poor man is still stranded in space with the witch. That is true. We did all see that shit flapping in the wind. No, I haven't heard whether or not that had anything to do with the explosion or failure, but maybe. Buck, has Austin played the farewell address yet? We watched it live last night, Buck. We had a hong in and everything.
In October 2023, the Army made the decision to close out the ERCA rapid prototyping effort as we determined further maturation and redesign of the .58 caliber cannon was required before we could transition into an acquisition pathway, said Major General Glenn Dean, Program Executive Officer, Ground Combat Systems. As part of the new strategy, we're exploring a range of options within the U.S. and internationally in order to leverage mature and available industry solutions to fulfill critical capability gaps within the Army. The performance demonstrations will begin in November 2024 and inform multiple SPHM lines of effort as identified in the Army's Cannon Transformation Strategy. The performance demonstrations will support the Army's pivot from development to procurement of a mature, available, and non-developmental system, said Dean. The Army intends to complete all vendor performance demonstrations by the end of 2024, with the goal of determining if operationally suitable solutions exist to progress into a follow-on competition evaluation that may lead to a future production contract. The companies will show specific capabilities that the Fire's Center of Excellence has defined as key driving capabilities needed for future fights. While Albert demonstrated its Atmos self-propelled howitzer system in 2021, the company has chosen to present its Sigma howitzer to Army officials this time around. According to Luke Savoy, the company's president and CEO,
Biden orders milkshakes in bizarre behind-the-scene video of final days in the White House. What the? Why does this look? This looks like a cardboard cutout of Biden.
How's this promotion working?
Oh, it's good. It's good. I just missed it up there, but it's good.
We miss you.
Oh, thank you.
Just came out to say hi.
Thank
By the way, can you make me a milkshake?
Yeah, there's even like 5 minutes.
All right.
Is that okay?
I'm gonna miss you too, man. Give me a milkshake, bitch.
Miss you, pal.
I'll miss you
Come up
too,
and
sir.
see us once in a while.
I will.
All right?
All right.
On it, sir.
Is this all Biden does all day?
Oh,
Borden,
that's
Joe
cute.
Borden.
Look at my rents. Yeah.
Kevin, at the same time this is playing, Hassan Abi is worshiping Chinese space lasers and their more advanced technology than American engineers can do. Is that what Hassan is going on about today?
Charleston, South Carolina, and is fielding the cannon system for the Israeli Defense Forces. Savoy said that Sigma's base is an Oshkosh Defense 10x10 platform designed to be highly mobile with fast road speeds.
Jack, the
and
design
ability
is
to go
very human.
off-road. The system can shoot in any direction while moving, he added. I don't want to be forced to face my vehicle toward the enemy, so 360-degree shooting has been something that we've done a lot of investment in, Savoy added.
Oh, Doomed America. I'm not sure I'd have been able to take listening to Kamala for 4 years.
Never needs to leave the vehicle's cab
I don't know.
to fire from the howitzer's deep magazine. Rheinmetall, meanwhile, will demonstrate the RCH-155, a howitzer developed through a joint arrangement between the company and KNDS, and created from an association of Krauss, Maffei, Wegmann,
Where
and
can I get
Nexter,
one?
according to company officials. The system is integrated into a Boxer armored fighting vehicle. Archer, a BAE Systems mobile howitzer, will return to the upcoming demonstration. The company brought Archer to Yuma Proving Ground in Arizona in 2021 and has since taken feedback from the effort and made various improvements, according to company vice president Jim Miller. Archer's base platform is a 6x6 articulated Volvo truck and will be featured at BAE's booth on the AUSA 2024 Expo floor. It'll be test-fired for the U.S. Army in Sweden, where it's fielded to the Swedish Army. It's the same one that's in Ukraine, Miller noted, referring to European weapon donations to
So we're
Kiev's
building all this
forces.
shit to send it to Ukraine. Great.
While Archer is on a
course.
Volvo platform, it's also been integrated into a German 10x10 man truck for an ongoing competition in Switzerland. Meanwhile, Miller said BAE is in a design effort with Oshkosh to put it on one of their 8x8 trucks. It's a very modular system, he noted. Archer engineers have been collecting much data from Ukraine, Miller said. The system can move down a road receive a mission, and within 30 seconds, stop and begin shooting with an autoloader fast enough to get 4 or 5 rounds off within 20 to 30 seconds. It's then able to hit the road again in another 30 seconds, Miller said. Hanwha USA officials told Defense News the company would demonstrate its K9A1 system. For the first time, the company is showcasing the A2 version at AUSA's annual conference. Officials said the K9A2 has a fully automatic handling system and turret, and an increased fire rate of 10 rounds per minute. These capabilities are an upgrade from the 6 to 8 rounds per minute capability of its legacy A1 variant. The K9A2 is slated to be the only tracked vehicle demonstrated this fall. General Dynamics Land Systems plans to demonstrate its Piranha system on a 10x10 platform using the same gun mounted on the KNDS Rheinmetall RCH-155. The Army plans to wrap up demonstrations and move into a competitive evaluation throughout all of fiscal year 2026, eventually coalescing around the core features of an envisioned capability it calls the Mobile Tactical Cannon, said Brigadier General Rory Crooks, who is in charge of long-range precision fires modernization within Army Futures Command. By the end of FY26, we anticipate down-selecting, and by FY27, we anticipate having a contract awarded for a certain number of cannons, Crooks said. But it's more than a simple acquisition pathway. One challenge within mechanical engineering is to ensure that the charges are compatible. We're seeing in Ukraine, and we've done the work to understand, what munitions you can shoot out of what artillery, Acquisition Chief Doug Bush noted, referring to a multitude of round variations tied to specific gun barrels. Bush said another challenge concerns software and ensuring designs are compatible with the Army's artillery fire control and communication systems.
All right, guys, this was just a quick stream. Really, just kind of wanted to boot up and watch SpaceX with you guys. Thanks for joining me for that. I will be on tomorrow night. We'll do a true honging tomorrow night. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, there's supposed to be action around the country. Obviously, Monday's the inauguration. Trump's doing a rally on Sunday in D.C. There are protests planned all around the country on Saturday and Sunday. So potential for content this weekend. I'll be around. We'll be streaming. So check back in. Come stop by tomorrow night. Say hello. Say hongo. Yeah, Chief. Of course. Thank you for stopping by. We'll see you. We'll see you next time. Potential action this weekend. At the very least, we get President Trump on Monday. We've got inauguration on Monday. It's so soon. All right, man. We'll see you all next time. Goodbye.